Hello everyone, welcome to Ritika's online teaching academy. In the previous lecture, I have talked about the cell theory. In this lecture, I will talk about the structure of a prokaryotic cell. So now I am going to share my screen. Hello, this is Dr. Ritika Gupta, and today I will talk about the prokaryotic cell. It is lecture 2 in lecture series of cell structure and functions. So first we will understand what are the prokaryotic cells. Some examples are given here. Bacteria, blue-green algae, mycoplasma, and pleuropneumonia-like organisms are some of the examples of prokaryotic cells. They are mostly smaller and their multiplication is very rapid than eukaryotic cells. So prokaryotic cells are generally very smaller in size compared to that of eukaryotic cells, and also their multiplication rate is very rapid. And they also exist in various shapes, means there is variation in their shapes. There are generally four basic shapes of bacteria which are found: coccus, which is spherical; bacillus, rod-like; vibrio, comma-shaped; and spirillum, spiral shape. So we can see here typical bacteria which is about 1 to 2 micrometer in length. So this typical bacteria is a rod-shaped bacteria. So we can call it as a bacillus. PPLO, these are what? About 0.1 micrometer in size, while viruses are in the range of 0.02 to 2.2 micrometer in size. So here you can see the variation in their sizes. Bacteria is comparatively larger compared to that of PPLO and viruses are having very smaller shape, which ranges or between 0.02 to 2.2 micrometer. And PPLO are even more smaller, 0.1 micrometer in structure. So they also have variation in their sizes. For example, mycoplasma's smallest cells are only 0.3 micrometer in length, while bacterial size could be 3 to 5 or 1 to 2 micrometer in size. In all prokaryotic cells, there is a cell wall which surrounds the cell membrane, while in case of mycoplasma, cell wall is absent. So we can say that mycoplasma are exceptions where cell wall is not present. The fluid matrix inside the cell is called as a cytoplasm. In eukaryotic cell also the fluid matrix inside the cell is called as a cytoplasm. Same is the case with the prokaryotic cells. So the genetic material in prokaryotes is not surrounded by a nuclear membrane. So genetic material is what? Naked. It does not have a nuclear membrane around it. So it is present in the embedded in the cytoplasm only. So they do not have a well-defined nucleus, we can say. While in the case of eukaryotes, there is a well-defined nucleus. Why in case of eukaryotes we are saying it as a well-defined nucleus? Because nucleus is covered by a nuclear membrane. In many bacteria, a small circular DNA outside the genomic DNA is present, which are called as plasmids. So this is a special case. In the case of bacteria, there is another extra chromosomal material which is called as plasmid. So plasmid in bacteria are responsible for resistance to antibiotics. So bacterial resistance to various antibiotics is seen due to the presence of these plasmids. So plasmids are generally responsible for resistance to antibiotics in the case of bacteria. Prokaryotic cells lack eukaryotic organelles such as mitochondria, chloroplasts, lysosomes, Golgi complex except ribosomes. What does it mean? In prokaryotic cell, other well-defined cell organelles, or we can say subcellular organelles such as mitochondria, chloroplasts, lysosomes, and Golgi complex are absent. But ribosomes are present, which are protein synthesizing, on which the protein is synthesized, or we can say protein synthesizing machinery is what? Ribosomes, which is present in both the cases, prokaryotes as well as eukaryotes. But other organelles such as these mitochondria, chloroplasts, lysosomes, and Golgi complex are absent in the case of prokaryotic cells. Next is mesosomes, which are differentiated from of cell membrane are present in prokaryotes. So in the case of prokaryotes, cell membrane is present, and outside the cell membrane, cell wall is present. The cell membrane in the case of prokaryotes forms different enfoldings into the cytoplasm. And those enfoldings are in the form of vesicles or tubules, and those vesicles or tubules are called as mesosomes. Now we will study the structure of a prokaryotic cell taking bacteria as an example. So bacterial cells have a chemically complex cell envelope. So in cell envelope, cell wall and cell membrane comes, and how it is chemically complex we will study. The cell envelope is a 3-layered structure. So how many layers are there? 3 layered. The outermost glycocalyx, followed by the cell wall, and then the plasma membrane. So cell membrane or plasma membrane, cell wall, and also one more layer which is glycocalyx is present in the case of prokaryotes. So together these 3 layers form a cell envelope, and they together serve as a protective unit. Due to differences in cell envelope and the manner in which they respond differently towards gram stain, divides bacteria into 2 groups, gram positive bacteria and gram negative bacteria. So we can divide bacteria into 2 groups on the basis of their reaction towards the gram stain. So this bacteria which show positive result with the gram stain are gram positive, while those which show negative result are gram negative bacteria. Structure of bacteria. So this is a basic structure of a bacterial cell. Here we can see red colored structure is a capsule. Capsule is generally a glycocalyx. When it is thick and tougher, it is called as a capsule. Then inside the capsule, there is a yellow colored layer here with for distinguishing it, it is shown with the yellow color. It is what? Cell wall. Next, this green colored layer is called as a plasma membrane. Next, this blue colored substance inside the cell is called as a cytoplasm. In that cytoplasm, you can see here nucleoid or circular DNA is present, which is not surrounded by a nuclear membrane. So we can say that it does not have a well-defined nucleus. Now other things which are present are plasmids, which are extra genetic chromosomal material inside the bacterial cell. Now ribosomes are also present, and vacuoles are also present. Now here on the capsule, or you can see other appendages are also present. This green colored long tail-like structure is what? A bacterial flagellum, which is generally responsible for its locomotion. With the help, so flagellum help in the motility of a bacteria. Now other structure which are present are pili. They help in attachment of bacterial to any surface. Okay. Now we can study all these things in some points. In some bacteria, glycocalyx is present as a loose sheath. So when glycocalyx is present as a loose sheath, it is called as a slime layer. While in others, it is thick and tough and called as capsule. As we have seen in the figure, here I have shown the capsule which is thick and tough. While some other bacteria also contains a slime layer, or you can say loose glycocalyx. The cell wall determines the shape of a bacterial cell and provides the structural support. So cell wall is another feature of bacterial cell which provides a structural support, while this cell wall is absent in case of eukaryotic cells. The plasma membrane acts as a semi-permeable membrane and interacts with the outside environment. So what do we mean by semi-permeable membrane? Means it is selectively permeable to few molecules while it is not permeable to other molecules. So plasma membrane is semi-permeable in nature in case of prokaryotic cells also, and also in the case of eukaryotic cells. The extensions of the plasma membrane into the cytoplasm forms the mesosomes. So I have already told you about the mesosomes. When the plasma membrane enfolds into the cytoplasm, it forms some vesicles, tubules, or lamellae. These vesicles, tubules, or lamellae are called as mesosomes. Now, what is the function of these mesosomes in the case of bacteria? They help in the cell wall formation, DNA replication, and the distribution of DNA to daughter cells, help in respiration, secretion processes, and also help in increasing surface area of plasma membrane and enzymatic content. So this is the general rule. If you want to increase the surface area of some surface, there should be addition of some infoldings. So infoldings would create a more surface area, and that will provide the space for enzymatic content, as well as it also increase the area for other processes. In cyanobacteria, the plasma membrane extensions into the cytoplasm are called as chromatophores. So here we can see in some bacteria, they are called as mesosomes, where their function is different. While in the case of cyanobacteria, these extensions of plasma membrane into the cytoplasm are called as chromatophores. Chroma means color. So these are force which contains the chroma, or we can say color containing pigments. In the case of cyanobacteria, which are responsible for its various color. Flagella are membranous extensions from the cell wall. Their number and arrangement may vary in different bacteria. In the diagram before, we have seen there one flagellum, but it is not mandatory that one flagellum is only there in bacteria. There may be, their number may vary, means 1, 2, 3, 4, or many. So they are different in their number as well as their arrangement. Means they can present at the pole only, they can present in all over the body of a bacteria as well as, so accordingly they are named differently on the basis of presence of the number of flagellum also. Bacterial flagellum contains three parts: filament, hook, and basal body. Pili and fimbriae are also present in bacteria. Pili, we have seen, they are elongated tubular structures made up of special protein, and they help to attach this bacteria to the surface of other bacterial cells. So in the conjugation process, when the genetic material is transferred from one cell to the another, then this pili act as a sex pili in that case. So it will help in the transfer of that genetic material. Now in prokaryotes, ribosomes are made up of 50S and 30S subunits, and when these two subunits are present together, they are make 70S ribosomes. Ribosomes in prokaryotes are associated with the plasma membrane and are about 15 nanometer by 20 nanometer in size. Reserve material in prokaryotes are stored in cytoplasm in the form of inclusion bodies, for example, phosphate granules, glycogen granules, and cyanophycean granules. So some reserve material is also there inside the prokaryotic cells, and they will form the inclusion bodies. Gas vacuoles are found in blue, green, and purple and green photosynthetic bacteria. So in those cases, gas vacuoles are also present. So this is all about the prokaryotic cell. In the next lecture, I will talk about the structure of a eukaryotic cell, where I will discuss about the plant cell as well as animal cell. So for keep watching my videos, and those who have not subscribed my channel, please do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.